Welcome to the exciting world of hypnotism. Suggestion, regression, induction, disguised hypnosis, electronic metronomes. Yes, hypnotism is a strange and exciting thing that opens up new worlds to explore. Veiled and curious worlds that never fail to fascinate us at every turn. This record will show you how to induce hypnosis, how to use it, how to control it. You'll hear hypnotist Robert Pearson working live with actual subjects in our studio. And of course, you'll hear the same words, sounds, and voice inflections used by all professional hypnotists. This record features a unique technical innovation that makes hypnotism almost absurdly simple to learn. We call it the second track. This is how it works. When you hear a single tone that sounds like this, it means that I'm speaking to you privately on the second track about some point you might otherwise miss. When you hear a double tone that sounds like this, then you're listening to Robert Pearson as he works with his subject. I'm in a control room overlooking the studio. I can hear every word between Pearson and his subject, but they can't hear me. The second track arrangement is very important because it gives you the benefit of private instruction without disturbing our subject in any way. Now I'm speaking to you privately on the second track. People often wonder how a hypnotist picks his subjects. The best subjects are frequently military personnel or people who walk or talk in their sleep. It's comparatively easy to obtain this information from a future subject without revealing that it has any connection with hypnotism. In effect, this is a secret test. Of course, a reliable screening procedure must go further than that. This is why we use waking suggestions on a subject before hypnotizing him. One of the best tests of this nature is the hands clasp test, which you are about to hear. To start the test, the hypnotist faces his subject. The subject is told to look into the hypnotist's eyes for the duration of the test. Also, the hypnotist must stare piercingly into the subject's eyes, or better yet, at the bridge of his nose. This is the way Robert Pearson performs a test on an actual subject.
I want you to interlock your fingers and clasp your hands together. Look directly into my eyes. Don't look away or look down at your hands for any reason. Now make your hands real tight as you can. You will soon find that your fingers and knuckles are becoming locked. Your hands will become stuck together. Your fingers are sticking and locking more and more, tighter and tighter. You can feel the pressure around your fingers. It's a hard, tight feeling. Your hands are wrung together. Now your fingers are locked. Your hands won't open. Your hands are stuck fast and you can't take them apart. I will shortly ask you to take your hands apart, but you will be unable to do this. Your fingers are so completely locked together, your hands and wrists are so completely stuck together that you cannot take them apart. Go ahead and try. Try hard. You simply can't take your hands apart. The more you try, the less you can. They won't open. No, you cannot. You cannot. You simply can't take your hands apart until I say you can. Now stop trying and open your hands.
This is an extremely authoritarian test that actually produces a fleeting hypnotic trance. Delivery of the suggestions must be very rapid. A good subject will report that he felt powerless to open his hands during the duration of the suggestions. A poor subject will be able to open his hands, but only with some difficulty. A good reaction is definitely favorable since it builds up your prestige as a skilled operator. You should always hypnotize a subject immediately after a successful test. Avoid self-defeating expressions like, "I'm going to try to hypnotize you." Always give the subject the impression that you are in complete control of the situation at all times. Be decisive in your manner and lead him to believe that there's absolutely no doubt that you can hypnotize him. When you listen to the induction methods, Notice how smoothly the subject is led into deep hypnosis. It's best to think of trance induction as consisting of 3 parts, as explained in the printed instructions. If you follow that procedure carefully, your delivery will be more polished and you will get more reliable results with every subject. All of this should be thoroughly understood before you attempt to hypnotize anyone. Actually, the entire 3-part procedure is so simple that it can be learned in several minutes, as you will hear in the first of the induction methods. The standard method has the double advantages of being easy to learn and quick to use. We strongly recommend that you learn this method thoroughly before experimenting with other methods or variations. To proceed, have your subject seated comfortably with both feet flat on the floor. His hands should be resting loosely on his thighs and not folded. Instruct him to look straight ahead and slightly above eye level at a fixation object like a hypnodisc, a point of light, or a shiny thumbtack. Your subject will be influenced to the greatest degree if you imitate both the words and the mood conveyed in this section. Remember, your voice should be penetrating, yet soft and convincing. This is the way the method goes.
I want you to relax completely and stare at the object before you. Focus your attention on it, but do so without effort or straining. Rivet your attention to the disc. Watch the changing pattern as the wheel turns. Your ability to be hypnotized depends only on your desire to cooperate. If you pay close attention to what I say, you will shortly, very shortly, be hypnotized. Just let yourself go limp. Don't try to do anything or not do anything. Just relax yourself in a dreamy way. As you continue to look at the disc, your whole body will gradually become relaxed. A rather pleasant, relaxing warmth is going to set in. The first indication of this will be a feeling of limp heaviness in your arms and legs. Then you will find that your arms and legs have gradually become heavy and numb, but pleasantly so. Think of relaxing. Relaxing. Feel yourself relaxing. And now you feel the heaviness beginning. Your hands, your arms, your legs are getting heavy. Shortly you will get drowsy, and that strange sensation of limp heaviness will spread through your entire body. You will begin to feel warm and comfortable all over. Your vision will become indistinct. Your eyes will blink more and more, and you will find it harder and harder to keep them open. Then your head will get so tired and heavy that it will begin to sag and droop of its own weight. All the while, your breathing gradually becomes deeper and more regular. Your eyes will begin to tear. Your whole body will sag with a dull, relaxing heaviness. A vague feeling of dreaminess will course through you. Finally, you will fall into a deep sleep, a very deep, relaxing sleep. Your body will become motionless and limp all over. You will care less and less about what goes on around you. Everything will get far away. You will shortly become so tired that you won't be able to keep your eyes open. All the muscles in your neck will get limp like rubber, and then your head and shoulders will sag because your head is so heavy. You are gradually relaxing, and shortly you will be in a deep sleep.
Pearson's instructions are beginning to take effect. The subject's eyes are nearly closed, and his head has sagged several inches. His breathing is very deep and rhythmic. In other words, he actually feels the things the hypnotist has been talking about. The time is ripe for the second part of the induction. Pay careful attention to the monotonous intonations in this section.
Now you're thoroughly relaxed. All tension is gone. Your breathing is deep and regular. Deep and regular. Your entire body relaxes more and more with a dull, timeless, sleepy feeling. You feel delightfully relaxed as your body becomes numb and heavy with sleep. Don't try to think about anything in particular. Just look at the wheel in a dreamy way and pay attention to my voice. Your mind is blank to everything but sleep. Hearing my voice makes you sleepy and tired. You are falling asleep, deeply, soundly. Your head continues to sag down. It's so heavy, so tired and heavy. You're becoming more and more drowsy on every breath you take. Your eyes begin to play tricks on you. The wheel seems to fade away in a haze, far, far away. It becomes vague and indistinct and surrounded by a soft, hazy light. Looking at the disk tires your eyes, blurs your vision. Your eyes are narrowing. They feel heavy as lead and want to close. So very tired and drowsy. The disk is drifting and turning, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. As it turns, you feel yourself being drawn into it. Soon, very soon, you will fall into a deep sleep. A deep, deep sleep. Drifting down more and more into a very deep, timeless sleep. Your body seems to be filled with sleep. You feel so warm and relaxed that it would take a great effort to move. But you don't want to move. And you feel detached as though you were drifting through space or dreaming. Whenever I say the word sleep, you go deeper asleep. You think only of sleep. You are extremely tired and sleepy. Tired and sleepy. My voice makes you want to sleep. A feeling of endless relaxation moves through you. Very, very tired. Very, very sleepy. Your eyes are tired and heavy. It is impossible to keep them open. It would feel so good to let your eyes close and go into a deep sleep. Everything is starting to fade away and you're ready to fall fast asleep. Now your eyes are narrowing. They're narrowing and closing. You can't keep them open, closing more and more. Yes, let them close now and go into a deep, deep sleep. Close your eyes and fall asleep. You're in a deep hypnotic sleep and firmly under my control. But you will continue to sleep until I tell you to awaken. You will cooperate and do everything I ask you to do now or in the future, but you will remain deeply asleep.
This completes the induction proper. Be sure you remember this. Pearson is working with a fairly good subject who has been hypnotized before. This means that he responds considerably faster than an average subject. If your subject's eyes are still open at the end of step 2 and he doesn't look profoundly relaxed, he simply isn't hypnotized to any significant degree. The best strategy in this case is to go back to the beginning of step 2 and repeat the instructions a second time. This device is very effective with the most stubborn of subjects and is widely used by professionals. Unfortunately, there is no way to judge trance depth by merely looking at your subject. This is why challenges are used. Tests of this nature should be given in a convincing and rather authoritarian voice, as you are about to hear. The purpose behind PEARSON's quickened delivery is to deny the subject time to think around the suggestions.
When I count to 3, and not before, you will try to open your eyes. You will find that you cannot do so. You will be powerless to open your eyes until I say you can. Even as I talk, your eyes are becoming firmly stuck and very, very heavy. Now 1. Your eyelids are very heavy, tired and heavy, heavy as lead. 2. They're stuck tighter, tighter, tighter all the time. They feel glued together and you can't open them. You can feel the tension building up. 3. They're stuck. Try, but you can't open them. Try hard. The more you try, the less you can. You can't help yourself. You simply can't open your eyes. Stop trying now. Just let your eyes relax, and as they do so, you go even deeper. Deeper. Much deeper than you were before.
Never give a subject more than a few seconds in which to fight a challenge, unless it's given in a very deep trance. There are 2 important things to watch out for at this point. First, note that while the subject is struggling to break the challenge, you must continue to give emphatic suggestions to the effect that he cannot. Every successful challenge should be immediately followed with a tie-in suggestion to go into deeper hypnosis. Remember that useful time-saving device. It lets you test your subjects for depth and at the same time deepen the trance. The next challenge is arm rigidity.
Lift up your arm to shoulder level. Now straighten it out and keep it level. Now make a fist. Make it tight. Tighter. Your arm is stiffening, becoming rigid. Stiff. Rigid. Stiff as a board. Every muscle and tendon in your arm is stiff and rigid. You can actually feel the tension building up in your arm. You can't bend your arm. You can't get it up or down. You can't move it. Try. Try hard, but you cannot. It's stiff as a board and you can't budge it. The more you try, the more rigid it gets. You can't move it. It's too stiff to move. You simply can't move your arm. Now stop trying and relax. Now you can move the arm. Let it move back to your lap. As it goes back, you sink deeper and deeper. Very, very tired and sleepy now. When it touches your lap, you will be deep asleep. Sleep. Much deeper than before.
PEARSON's subject, mostly through the deepening action of these challenges, is now hypnotized to his maximum depth. It would be desirable to bring him into the same depth in the future without repeating the entire routine. To bring this about instantly is quite a feat, and one so dramatic that it never fails to leave an audience spellbound. This is the way it works.
Now listen carefully. Any time in the future when I mention the word sleep, 3 times in a row and stare fixedly into your eyes, you will instantly fall into deep hypnosis, as deep as you are right now, or even deeper. Each and every time that I and only I mention that word sleep, 3 times in succession, you will close your eyes and relax and go into deep, profound hypnosis. In a moment I shall awaken you. However, you will remember nothing that occurred while you were in the trance. Everything will fade away like a dream as you awaken. When you wake up, you will be refreshed and relaxed, and you will feel fine in every way. Very well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wide awake and feeling fine.
Wait 10 or 15 minutes after waking the subject and then test his reaction to the post-hypnotic suggestion. Repeat the key word several times in a commanding voice while staring intently with open eyes at the bridge of his nose. If things are working right, his eyes should take on a glazed appearance and then close as he falls into hypnosis. The trance should be deepened immediately. Incidentally, it is a standard practice to suggest amnesia when giving a post-hypnotic suggestion. Now for a newer induction method that is a favorite choice of many experts. Side 2 of this record ends with a special tone used in both self-hypnosis and the electronic metronome method. When necessary, the pitch of the tone can be varied by changing speeds on your phonograph. Probably the metronome method owes its effectiveness to the fact that the tone compels attention on the fringe of consciousness. The introductory part of this method is exactly the same as part 1 of the standard method. That is, your subject should be seated comfortably and told to keep his attention on a fixation object. Then actually proceed with part 1 of the standard method. It is only after your subject relaxes in his chair that the special tone is turned on and part 2 of this method is started. What we have done here is to omit the first part to save time and avoid repetition. Following is the complete second part of the electronic metronome method, as used by PEARSON on his subject.
Now you're thoroughly relaxed. All tension is gone. Your breathing is deep and regular. Deep and regular. Now I'm going to turn on a special tone. It will help you fall asleep. Listen to it and nothing else. Pay attention to every beat and keep your eyes on the disc all the time. Now you hear the sound and it will very quickly make you tired and sleepy. So very, very tired and sleepy. Each and every beat has a peculiar power to project you into deep sleep. Your mind is blank to everything but sleep. The tone makes you sleepy and tired. The tone makes you sleepy and tired. Your eyes are starting to get as heavy as lead. You're breathing deeper, deeper, deeper. The tone makes you sleepy. The tone seems to say, deep sleep, deep sleep, deep sleep, deep sleep. Each time you hear the tone in the future, you will go deeper asleep. Your head is starting to sag and droop. It's so heavy and tired. Your eyes feel tired and heavy, and so very, very sleepy. Your eyes seem to play tricks on you. There is a haze all around the disc. The disc is moving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You feel yourself being drawn into it, and as it turns into deeper sleep, you feel so relaxed that it would take a great effort to move, but you don't want to move. Whenever I say the word sleep, you go deeper asleep. My voice makes you want to sleep. The tone makes you tired and sleepy. Very, very tired. Very, very sleepy. Your eyes are tired and heavy. It would feel so good to let them close and go into a deep and relaxing sleep. A feeling of endless relaxation moves through you. Everything is starting to fade away and you're going deep asleep. It's impossible to keep your eyes open. They're closing of their own accord, closing more and more. Just let them close now and go into the deep, deep sleep. Close your eyes and fall asleep. You're in a deep hypnotic sleep and firmly under my control. But you will continue to sleep until I tell you to awaken. You will cooperate and do everything I ask you to do now or in the future, but you will remain deeply asleep.
This ends the second part of the induction. The trance could now be deepened, or the subject could be tested through challenges.